With that, we welcome you inside the Stan Sheriff Center. Time to take a look at the Kaiser Permanente keys to the match. C-Mac, get us going.
Well, for the Lewis Flyers, they got to solve the serve. If the Flyers can pass the Warriors serve and stay in system, they've got a chance. And for Hawaii, they got to get the clamps on Kunin. That's number 9, Ryan Kunin. He is a beast at 6'9". He hits almost twice as many balls as the next player. He is a good one.
And he got in on that block of Rado Potapunov. Nearly returned on the effort by Joe Worsley, but Lewis, the Flyers, coming in 13-5. Having posted a 5-2 record so far in the MIVA, they strike first here in set number 1. Ranked 8th in the latest AVCA poll. Hawaii number 2 on the other side, 11-2 overall, 1-1 in the Big West Conference. The Hawaiian Tel FCU starting lineup strolling at the bottom of your screen. You'll see one change for Hawaii as the one-hand set by Joe Worsley is placed perfectly for Dalton Solbrig. But Austin Matautia getting the start here tonight for the Bows. 6'3" sophomore, putting up numbers that are just mind-boggling to the point where Charlie Wade has no choice but to put him out on the floor.
Yeah, he's beating down a very good player in Brett Rosemeyer, that's for sure. Last year, it was the reverse. Austin had the starting role, and Brett came in and took his place.
Good dig there by Joe Worsley on the swing by Ryan Kunin. Here's Matautia going high hands. Lewis in transition, low set to Kunin, tried to push it down the line, dug up by Tuituileta, and then Rado gets blocked and roofed. TJ Murray, 6'9", redshirt frosh from Barrington, Illinois, getting the gist of that one. So that's twice that this Lewis block has been all over Rado, Chris.
Well, they've put up a solid number there. Looks like they're taking his cross court and giving up the line, challenging him to hit the ball down that line.
Lewis averaging 2.6 blocks per set. They are very stout in that regard. Touchdown by Solbrig, and Hawaii gets the point. We're knotted up at 2. The 24th Outrigger Invitational. And this one is a doozy, a field that features all ranked teams. The opening match between BYU and Penn State, that one went 5 sets, BYU narrowly defeating Penn State.
That was a great match, wasn't it?
That is an indication of what's to come. Get cozy, folks. We could be here for a while. Middle set goes to Murray. Good dig there by Joe Worsley. Jumps it outside to Stein von Tilburg. And he tried to slice it, misses wide. And it is a point for Lewis. It was Tuileta taking on the setting responsibilities there. And Charlie Wade's going to challenge that last call.
Our first challenge of the tournament. I'm not so sure about that one. I saw it. We're pretty close to it. I thought the ball was out, but we'll take a look and see.
Might be challenging a net violation on the part of the Flyers. And remember, when you challenge a sequence, you have to pinpoint exactly what part of that sequence you want the officials to take a look at. And in this case, it is Dan Hironaka with the headset on, checking out the replay. Did Lewis come into the net?
The net cam is
and it looks like it there.
It does look like there was a net violation. Yep.
Dan Hironaka quickly with the headset off. And it will be a net violation against the Flyers. So a very early yet well-used challenge on the part of the 9th-year head coach Charlie Wade. You see Dan Friend on the other side getting the explanation. He's in his 14th year at the helm for the Lewis Flyers.
He's not used to having the challenge system in play in most of the matches that he is in, so I think he probably found that to be a little rare.
Austin Matautia serves up. An ace. Well, that was one of the themes last week in Hawaii's 2 sweep victories over Concordia Irvine. Austin Matautia with 6 aces throughout the 2 matches. Had a double-double in the opener of 15 kills and 10 digs. His numbers were preposterous.
Yeah, and from behind the service line, he's been almost impeccable. He rarely serves out.
And there's another ace. Just keeping it going. Number 10 and number 11 on the season for the Moanalua alum.
That was probably a 60-mile-an-hour heater. He just gets up high, snaps it hard, gets good top spin. Tough to react to. Looks like they're still passing with 3 passers. Sometimes I like to pass with 4 passers if a jump server gets hot.
High toss goes down the line and in. The hat trick for Austin Matautia. And a timeout by the Lewis Flyers. Austin Powers on display.
Rainbow Warrior Volleyball on Spectrum Sports is sponsored by Bank of Hawaii and Kaiser Permanente.
So back-to-back service aces by Austin Montautia. And Hawaii coming out of the timeout up 6-2. Backside set, that's dug up by Joe Worsley off of the swing of Mitch Perinar. And then Rado Panapunov sends it long. Rado trying to find his traction here in the early part of set number 1.
That was a tough swing there. That ball was set about the 12-foot line. He's used to the ball being set around the 8-foot line, so it gets a good run up on it. So he basically did a standing jump there, and it was a tough swing.
It's a two-hand pass there by Tui. Outside it's Stein von Tilburg, and he pumps it down, averaging 4.31 kills per set. That is good enough for third in the nation, Chris.
Stein just continues night after night to put up great numbers from the left side. Last year did the same thing from the right side. Sky's the limit for this guy. I'm sure his mom and dad, Theo and Brigitte, are watching right now as we speak.
And how about an ace dealt out the deck by Dalton Solbrig? So the early storyline here for Hawaii, scoring in bunches at the service line.
Just in case the people missed the open, what did I tell you the keys were for the game? What did I say the key was for Lewis?
I recall you said something about the serve receive.
Solve the serve. So far, would you think it's been solved? I don't think so. Not with 4 aces in the books already.
It is a riddle that they're trying to figure out at the moment. And that was an ill-timed pipe set to Ryan Kunin. Kunin is prolific, 3.59 kills per set. Hitting 305 on the year, preseason All-MIVA. A decorated sophomore, but right now Lewis just trying to find its footing here in the Stan Sheriff Center. 9 serving 3, Solbrig, that's a diving layout pass by the libero Michael Simmons. And a free ball coming for the Bows. Worsley, outside, the Stein block, kept alive by Montautia. Second touch, Worsley, bump set to Stein. And Lewis in transition, backside, that's Perinar. And Mitch Perinar puts it down, 6'6" lefty from Shanahan, Illinois.
He's one of their co-captains, a guy who's a real leader on the team, and he comes through on big plays like that at the end of rallies that are long. MIVA Freshman of the Year a couple of years ago.
Another preseason all-conference selection for Lewis. They had 4 players on the preseason all-MIVA squad as Von Tilburg is able to cut it through the block once again. That's highest among any of the teams in the league.
Yeah, Hawaii going really quick to the pins right now. I notice the tempo of the set by Joe Worsley is a little bit quicker. I think it's because Lewis is in a much tighter bunch read as blockers. They're really tightly bunched, those 3 blockers.
First look at middle blocker Tyler Mitchum is dug up, and then Rado Panapunov able to finally get a positive into the book. First kill on 4 attempts.
You can only keep the big guy down for so long. What a great back bump set by Worsley there.
Panapunov, he ranks 9th in the country in kills per set and has hit double figures in that category in 7 of his last 8 matches. Serve, though, goes into the twine.
Did not get a good toss there. Had to go chasing after it, keep it in play.
So here's Kyle Bouget, 6'5" sophomore from Los Altos, California. Line drive serve, dug up and passed by Tuileta. Here's Rado, able to crunch it through that block. Well, Charlie Wade spoke at length this week, gearing up for this opener of the Outrigger Invitational, about that imposing block for Lewis. He says those freshman middles get out to the pins awfully quick, and so yet another reason for that up-tempo offense to the outside that you were referring to.
Exactly. Intentionally, Hawaii is sending the ball quickly to the outside to challenge those middles to see if they can get out there and close that block.
Service error there by Stein. Hawaii has Lewis doubled up here. And back behind the line to serve is Tyler Mitchum. Good-looking 6'10" red shirt frosh out of Bolingbrook, Illinois, with the jump serve. Worsley surveys the floor and then sets up Pat Gassman. Here's another Rainbow Warrior who has just been playing great as of late.
There's a new move. Patrick normally goes in front of the center. That time I think he audibleized the back quick, caught the Lewis block off guard.
Gassman hitting .404 on the year coming in. That's a dig by Potapunov on the Perinar hit. Here's Mataltia, 3 blockers up, punched up by Stein on the ricochet. Back set, goes opposite side, Tirado, and he tools the block. Another example of just how vast and versatile this Hawaii attack can be. Bunched up on one side, and it's Potapunov as the valve on the other side.
That's one of the reasons why Hawaii is hitting for such a high percentage.
The dig there by Patrick Gassman on the swing by Kunin. Here's Mataltia. Off-speed hit, diving save there by Simmons. Roll shot Kunin. Chance here for Hawaii. Worsley outside to Stein. Indeed, SVT strikes again. And Hawaii gets to 15 first, and they are off and sprinting here against the Lewis University Flyers.
Big Island Candies, the perfect place to find the perfect gift. Visit them at their flagship store in Hilo, at Ala Moana Center, or BigIslandCandies.com to see their amazing selection.
Well, that's just how blazing this start for Hawaii has been in this opening set. The sunglasses are helping. 15-6 lead that Hawaii has opened up on the Lewis Flyers. 2 versus 8 in the AVCA rankings, and here is Ryan Kunin. You knew that they were going to look to him out of the timeout to try to apply the tourniquet, and he obliges.
Absolutely, and he's really a good one. Freshman of the year in the nation last year. Also made All-American, second team, All-MIVA. And his best years are ahead of him.
Worsley pipes that goes to Stein. Von Tilburg. That was a little off of center, and it worked out perfectly.
There's a name for that set. They call it the 40. And he goes, instead of going in front for the bick, he goes behind, and notice the opening, wide open.
Von Tilburg quickly, 5 kills on 8 swings. He's hitting .500. Hawaii up 9. And that one is blasted down by Mitch Perinar. AVCA and VolleyballMag.com All-America honorable mention last year. Actually led the team in total kills a season ago. See what he did in their last match.
Only hit 650, that's all.
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
Not a bad night. Jump serve by Kunin. Here's Mataltia, straight down to the floor.
Oh, what a set from Worsley. Notice Worsley tries to set this ball all the way out to the pin. You see the tight bunch that Lewis is in. They got to hustle to get out there, and they just don't get there in time.
Mataltia started both matches versus Concordia last week. 4.5 kills per set. 404 over the course of the 2 nights. Charlie Wade just saying, hey, look, how do I keep him off of the floor? And that's a tough pill to swallow, obviously, if you're Brett Rosenmeyer, but it goes once again to the depth that is on display for this Hawaii squad as that Stein hit is ruled out. Charlie coming over and talking to some of his players and thinking about issuing the challenge, but Joe Worsley, the floor captain, looking at Charlie and saying, no, let's save that for another day.
And the reason Joe, I think, said save it, coach, that's definitely, most definitely. The reason he said save it was they're up 17-9. Why waste it at 17-9? Save it for a point that's really crucial in another set, if necessary.
It would have been reversed by that angle that we had on the replay, you would think. The serve, perhaps a little athletic justice. Karma striking as that one goes into the net. So all's well that ends well, I guess. For Charlie Wade, it's 18 serving 9. And here comes Mamane Namahoe, 6-foot junior from Hilo, Hawaii, out of Waikea High School.
Maxfield and Luahiva, mom and dad, probably watching from Hilo right now.
Well, we bid them aloha, if they are. That one dug up momentarily by Worsley, but give the kill to Tyler Mitchum. This is a guy who gets way up off of the Terraflex.
Oh, yeah. Touches a mere 12 feet. It's a couple of feet above the rim. Do you think he can dunk, Kanoa? What do you think?
Yeah, tennis ball at least.
Jake Walinga in now. Usually comes in and does some serving specialist duties. Also plays for USA Beach Volleyball.
One of 2 captains on the squad, he and Perinar. Soft touches it over. Worsley backside. Dorado with one blocker up. And he will win that battle most of the time.
That left side dinger is in deep trouble if Rado's up there. He's only got one blocker. Rado better pass out a helmet or two to protect that guy. That was a major hammer.
That set put on the money. Joe Worsley is peaking right now.
You're right. You know, he's just getting better and better. Night in and night out.
Here's his younger bro, Gage. With the serve. Good pass there. Middle set. Mitchum! Access denied as Pat Gassman able to wave the finger saying, ole.
Well, he's finally picking up their first block of the night. Gassman guesses right on the commit in the middle and blocks Tyler Mitchum.
Well, another timeout taken by the Lewis Flyers. Hawaii has the Flyers doubled up here in set number one. How surprised are you at this?
You know, Kano, I'm really surprised. I watched the Flyers practice yesterday, and they actually look really sharp. They've been playing pretty well lately. Coach Friend is really optimistic about the direction in which his team is playing. His only concern has been they don't play well away from home. They're really good at home, like undefeated or maybe lost one, I'm not sure.
10 of 11.
10 of 11, so you really want to see how they play on the road. And certainly this is a long, challenging road trip for them.
See him talking to the setter, Matt Yoshimoto. Let's take a look while we have a break in the action at tonight's Jackback. A well-oiled offensive machine, that is for sure. Hawaii junior setter Joe Worsley, we were just talking about him. He's the NCAA leader with 11.25 assists per set. The Bows, partly because of his abilities, leading the nation with 14+ kills per set, and our second in all the land, hitting 375. I mean, this is just an offensive attack that is so explosive and has so much firepower right now.
It really is good. And, you know, we asked the opposing coaches, what do you think about Hawaii? Almost to a coach, they'll say something like, you know, that Worsley's really good.
That's an understatement. Let's check in with Ryan.
Thanks, Kano. With the coaching staff talking to their setter Yoshimoto about his set selection, trying to avoid the Hawaii block. They're also saying that they're not doing a good job from behind the service line. They've got to put more pressure on Hawaii at home in their home environment. We'll see if they can put more pressure on the passing for Hawaii. Back over to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. Meanwhile, we know about Hawaii's offensive firepower. That's well documented, as you just saw in the statistics. For the Rainbow Warriors, if they can control the serves, if they can serve, receive well, and institute that level of ball control, as you see the kill put down by Bouger, I mean, they are almost unbeatable.
Exactly, and they have controlled Lewis's serve quite well tonight. One of the things that I know Charlie Wade was concerned about was Lewis is very aggressive on their serving normally, but tonight, not so much.
Still very early on in the match, of course. This is just set number one. We see just how things can change on a dime in this sport of collegiate volleyball. But Pat Gassman keeping the trend going as he pounds that one down. Hard angle to the near side.
And again, asking for the back one set. Gassman normally runs in front of the setter. This new little wrinkle, I think, is going to make the Bow offense even more unpredictable and tougher to block.
Hawaii hitting 400 right now, C-Mac, to 200 for Lewis. High and away, set goes to Kunin, tried to cut it down the line, missed it wide, point for the Rainbow Warriors. It is 22-11 here in set one. If you are just joining us, opening night of the Outrigger Invitational, 24th annual edition of this signature non-conference tourney for the UH men's volleyball program. Outside, here's Kunin. Two-hand save there, Tui. That's a bump set by Gage. Worsley to Matautia, blocked back. Tui sets up Austin over a triple block. That one punched up in the air by Simmons. And Yoshimoto sends it across. Here's Stein. And a net violation called against the Flyers. Point for Hawaii. They win a long one.
In the middle of all that, Tui left again, took a hard-driven ball with his hands. And Hawaii's a different kind of a team when Larry can take those digs with his hands and the team can run a play.
We last saw the Rainbow Warriors on Spectrum Sports. They were split in a series with UC Irvine, but Stein Van Tilburg was named the Big West Player of the Week. Tui Tuilenta, the Defensive Player of the Week, and Stein Van Tilburg doing a little bit of both right there.
I think It's a dig kill. The famous dig kill. Tuilettes got one last week against Concordia. And tonight, Steinman says, I can do that too. Watch me. Dig kills are hard to come by the way, in case you didn't know.
SVT with the BK.
There's 6 people on the other side who could get that ball, and none of them can reach it.
Here is Stein now. Aloha ball in set 1. Outside, it's Coonan. And he's able to work it off with the Worsley block. And
6'9" versus a short 6 feet there. Kind of a mismatch, wouldn't you think?
on most occasions, that's for sure.
I'll tell you, Worsley's got great blocking numbers this year, even though he got tooled there. He's got some great blocking numbers. I think the best among the top 3 centers in the country.
Here's Mataltia, and he sends a laser beam down to the floor, and Hawaii wins uproariously, 25-12 in set number 1, making a statement, hosting the signature tourney, the Outrigger Invitational. Plenty of volleyball left, though, as Hawaii takes set 1.
Rainbow Warrior Volleyball on Spectrum Sports is sponsored by Straub and Hawaii Honda Dealers.
Well, Austin Mataltia getting the start for the 3rd straight match and paying dividends, Chris.
Picked up a couple of kills in 7 tries. No errors, that's nice. But where he's really made a statement is the 3 aces back to back to back that made a statement early on in this set, this first set, and really took Lewis out of their game right away.
Series record sponsored by Aston Hotels and Resorts. Last meeting coming in 2016, Hawaii winning by way of a sweep, and they are the heavy leaders in the all-time head-to-head meetings. These are 2 programs that will be tied together for a very dubious distinction, though. You go back to 2002 and 2003, Hawaii winning the national championship under head coach Mike Wilton in 2002, only to have to forfeit that title because of the use of an ineligible player, as it was later deemed. Lewis won the national title in 2003, the very next season, and after an internal investigation, it was found that they had eligibility issues that they had kept from the NCAA, and so they had to voluntarily, air quotes, forfeit the national title. So in back-to-back years, both these programs having to experience a very painful type of thing. Exactly.
Tough recruiting after that sometimes. It's basically a whole rebuilding process that's necessary in order to charge forward.
Credit to the coaching staffs over the years, as both of these programs have once again ascended to become very prevalent across the men's collegiate volleyball landscape. Here's Joe Worsley, high and away set to Rado Patapunov. One-hand save there by Matt Yoshimoto. The swing, Perinar, and he gets it down, and a good start here for Lewis in set number 2.
Good swing by Perinar. He had 3 blockers up there waiting for him. The block was well formed, and he's somehow found a way to trickle it over and down.
AVCA honorable mention each of the last 2 years, and in fact was the MIVA Freshman of the Year a couple of seasons ago. Here's Mataltia. That set was a little bit tight for him, and he got under it and popped it out of bounds.
Joe Worsley knew immediately that set got away from him there. Lawson tried to save it, couldn't quite get to it in time.
So 3 serving nothing here for the Lewis Flyers. This after losing in set 1, 25-12. Just goes to show how things can swing violently in terms of the momentum in volleyball. But Dalton Solbrig trying to salvage things here in the early going for Hawaii. She bounces down.
Nice pass from Mataltia off a good serve there that time for Yoshimoto.
Solbrig averaging about a kill and a half per set, hitting 470 coming into tonight.
That's a huge number. Huge.
Here's Mataltia with the serve. Hey, guess what, Chris? It's an ace.
4 now on the night for Austin Mataltia. That's amazing.
What makes his serve so tough?
Well, first of all, he's hitting it for big miles per hour. I think he's in the mid-60s at least. And second of all, he sometimes will get a cut on it, and he'll take a dive to the left, make it hard to follow and pass Let's see what this one does. This one, he chooses to go straight at it.
But Lewis able to work a swing on it, and they get the point. It's TJ Murray able to get it down. Averaging the same amount of kills per set as Dalton Solberg on the other side. He's hitting .445. Just a redshirt freshman. And now Ryan Coonan to serve. 19 service aces on the season. That's second on the team. Here it comes. Tui with the pass. Worsley eyeing away to Stein. 3 blockers up. Dug up by Coonan. Here's Coonan from the back row. Blocked out a piece. Worsley, quick set, touchdown by Dalton Solberg.
It's almost like there's a string from Worsley's hands to Dalton Solberg's right arm, because this ball goes straight down. Even though the block kind of knew it was going there, they still couldn't get up in time.
See what Dalton Solberg did on night 2 against Concordia Irvine, then ranked 13th. Backside, and it's Perrinar striking again. Good set here by Matt Yoshimoto.
It's right on the money. Perrinar, nice move down the line, saw the line was wide open, took it. One of the reasons why he has such a wide fan. He can get down the line, he cross court, he can sharp cut it.
Served by Murray goes into the net. Yoshimoto, an interesting story though, Chris, for Lewis. He is a converted outside hitter, so switched over to the center position, has learned that position the last couple of seasons. So he is still, according to head coach Dan Friend, trying to figure out some of the intricacies of that oh-so-important position. Puts that one on the money, though. Great pinball action by Hawaii, though, and they return it. Backside again, the Perrinar roll shot. Net violation called against Hawaii.
And Stein Van Tilburg caught up in the net. What swings that time by Perrinar. I told you he's got the little cut shot. Away, the little wrist away. He's got the down the line. It's what they call a wide fan. We can hit inside the 3-foot line, and you can go right down the line. His left-hander, he's a good one.
Pulled the string on that last one. And now he is back to serve. Averaging 2.3 kills per set, hitting .327 on the season. Lewis off to a pretty good start here in set 2, hitting .667, and Hawaii out of system. Here's Stein, 3 blockers up. Got it through the block. Scramble play here for Lewis. Coonan will get a swing out of it and sends it out. Point for Hawaii.
Coonan struggling right now. 2 kills, 3 errors, hitting negative .091. Here's a guy who normally hits .305 and leads the team in kills. Hawaii's sort of figuring him out a little bit right now.
Obviously paying a lot of attention to him wherever he is. Here's 5 serving 6 coming from Stein. Overpass, Matautia couldn't put it down. Worsley goes out to Austin, and he wraps it across the block of Yoshimoto and out.
I'll tell you, Joe Worsley's setting that ball at such a fast tempo. He's just firing it out there. Even in slow motion, it's fast.
And we are tied up at 6 here in the second frame. Stein with the serve, it's a good one. The pass by Julian Moses, and behind the head set goes to Tyler Mitchum off of a one-leg skying for the kill.
It's a pretty sophisticated move by Tyler Mitchum, a guy who hasn't played volleyball that long. A little step-up maneuver. That's more like, a step-up maneuver is more like a layup in basketball. He might have been more comfortable doing that. Great shot.
Here's the serve by Moses. Tickles the tape. Stein with the pass from his wallet. And Austin Matautia works it off the block and out. An improbable point for the Rainbows.
That's what the great teams have to do. They've got to find ways to make the most out of shaky plays like that. They got a bad net thing there. Stein sort of somehow finds a way to get the ball up in the air. And then Matautia does a little grind dink off the block. The good teams just find ways to do that. They're very resourceful, to say the least.
Gassman sends it out, however. And it is Lewis up 8, serving 7. And here it comes from Mitchum. Pass by Tui outside. It's Matautia levitating above the net.
Matautia is already making his approach before the ball's even gotten into Joe Worsley's hands. That's how fast he wants the ball set to him. He'll be there ready up and ready for any speed that Joe wants to set him at.
That is dynamic right there, that connection. 5 kills now for Austin to go along with the 4 aces. 8 serving 8. Here it comes from Worsley. Kunin on the outside. And that was a heater.
We're seeing some left side offense by both sides going on right now. Kunin just bringing it there. Good set from Yoshimoto, the converted outside hitter. He's getting better and better all the time. Dan Friend tells me he is a very athletic player.
First touch by Matautia, gets the set on the opposite side, touches it over, and it will not be returned. So Matautia is showing a little bit of diversity in the attack.
Yeah, I like the way he's mixing it up a little bit, although I think Austin swinging is better than Austin tipping, for sure.
Well, we'll be probably seeing a Matautia smoker coming right here. 9 serving 9.
Forces another bad pass beyond the 3-meter line.
Perinar didn't have position underneath, so it's not returned. Another serve by Matautia that does not get returned, and Hawaii up a point.
Exactly. He just scored points back there. He's had more serves than any other player tonight. Another one beyond the 3-meter line pass.
Block out a piece on Kunin. Bump set to Stein from off the net. Made it work against 3 blockers to the line.
That's not an easy play. So he left a nice little bump set, but Stein's got to run up and work his way around 3 blockers.
Ron Silberg now with 8 kills. Chris hitting 429. Hawaii hitting 500 here now in set 2. 11 serving 9. Matautia just missed that deep corner. But just like in set 1, that's sort of where Hawaii got on track and started digging in with Matautia at the service line.
Exactly. Kunin also pretty good server. He's got 19 service aces on the year. Number 2 on the team.
Pass by Matautia. Quick middle set to Solberg. Saved by Kunin on the second touch. And a free ball coming here for Hawaii. Outside, it's Stein! Laying the smackdown. Net violation against Lewis. Either way you cut it. Point for Hawaii.
Perinar might have hurt his ankle coming down. He just motioned to Coach Friend, hey, Coach, I just hurt my ankle. Let's see if he's going to walk it off right here or be subbed out. Looks like he's going to be subbed out.
Yeah, they're going to go to Dalen Instenis to replace Mitch Perinar. And if he is out for an extended period of time here tonight, that is a major loss for the Flyers.
Huge loss. Instenis is a backup oppo, so he's the backup, but and he's played in 50 sets this year, but you know he's played mostly as a serving specialist and defender for Perinar. Not normally does he play for Perinar in the front row. As Perinar walked off, looked to me like he's going to be all right. He may need just a little tape job there.
We're going to take a look at him. They're giving up, swapping out about 100 hitting percentage points. With Perinar coming out for Instenis. Lewis able to get the point there on that sequence. So much more tightly contested set 2 here so far. Hawaii running away with the opening stanza, 25-12. TJ Murray now back to serve. Serves it out. Well, Hawaii with 5 service aces to 5 service errors. Lewis now with 3 service errors and 0 service aces. Rado Panapunov to serve, and he pumps it long. Rado hasn't quite been Rado so far tonight.
It just seems a little bit, his timing seems a little bit off. That toss there really wasn't as good as his normal toss. And earlier he had a bad toss that he had to chase onto the court. but I think it will not take long for Rado to regain his rhythm.
That serve set long, so they're trading out serves here. And we say that Rado not quite right, and yet you look at the numbers, he still has 4 kills, hitting 250. It's not as though it's abysmal, you know what I mean?
Exactly, not hitting negative, that's for sure.
14 serving 12, here's Stein. Took a little something off. Outside set, dug up by Rado. The swing by Moses that time. Here's Mataltia against the triple block, diving save Simmons. The freshly inserted in Stennis, able to get the kill for Lewis. So doing positive things right away. The 6'5" redshirt sophomore out of Racine, Wisconsin.
How about the great save by Michael Simmons right there, laying it out to keep this rally alive. And Stennis getting the terminating kill. Get some friendly cable there.
Julian Moses to serve. And it's an ace. Moses, 6'4", junior from Atlanta, Georgia.
Guess who his father was, or is, I should say. Edwin Moses, the famous track star. 2 gold medals in the 4-meter hurdles. Didn't lose a race for almost 10 years. So certainly Moses has got some athletic genes in the family.
But the serve goes out, and Hawaii gets the 15 first. We got a timeout on the floor. Set 2, very tight. Let's check out the First Hawaiian Bank top 3. We are seeing one of the top 3 NCAA individual hitters in terms of percentage here tonight. Tyler Mitchum of Lewis in the number 2 spot, hitting .469. Dane and Jimma of UCLA hitting .500. Just some gaudy digits.
Yeah, he's playing for the Canadian national team. No surprise there in the offseason.
Mitchum, interesting. We were talking about his decision to play at Lewis. Seemed to make sense. He grew up not very far from campus.
Like 15 minutes away, and he wanted to major in aviation engineering, and Lewis clearly has maybe the only school in the country that has an aviation engineering major.
They are the Flyers. Outside, Kunin threw the block and down. Yeah, that is a pretty demanding major as well, which actually requires him to miss some practice time.
He does. He's got 1,500 lab hours in aviation engineering just in his freshman and sophomore years. So coach gives him at least 1 day off a week to do his lab work.
Here he is serving 15 all here in the second. Narrowly misses that end line. So Hawaii ranked 2nd in the latest AVCA poll. Lewis 8th. We saw earlier number 4 BYU edging out 11th ranked Penn State in 5 to get this Outrigger Invitational started. Outside set, it's Kunin ripping into it. We're tied again, inching along here in set number 2. In that opening match win for the Cougars, Chris Brendan Sander, the younger brother of Taylor Sander, 20 kills to lead the way for BYU.
They looked pretty good. That was a great match. It went back and forth. Could have gone either way. Both teams had their chances to win the match.
There's Yoshimoto with the serve. First touch. Mataltia tight to the net. A one-hand set. Worsley to Solbrig. They have had a chemistry tonight.
Check this on the net cam and watch this one-handed set right there. Perfect set. Nice tap down by Solbrig. Solbrig and Worsley work so well together. Seems like their connections are flawless.
And Dan Friend arguing the call, protesting it to a degree. I think he's claiming that Worsley had to reach over to bring that set back.
But our net cam, I think, showed clearly the ball was on the Warrior side of the net, or at least 50-50.
Mataltia serve tickled the tape. Here's Kunin. Tried to shove it by the block. Nothing doing. Stein, Von Tilburg shut the door.
Stein very disciplined there. He was not about to be tooled. He goes out, here's that left hand in, taps it down. Hawaii picks up their second block of the night.
An emphatic celebration by Stein that actually drew a bit of a stare and some words from Dan Hiranaka, the down official. He basically was warning him, hey, let's keep that tempered just a tad. Montaltia goes into the twine.
Actually, the players really only get warned if they stare through the net or yell through the net. And Stein got that block. I'm pretty sure he turned back toward his team and did most of his yelling.
Was a lot of yelling, though.
Yeah.
Ernie Ho, atop the ladder, by the way. Randy Rubinall, Sam Montalvo, the line judges. And Kunin strikes with his 20th ace of the season.
Great serve, gets some friendly cable. Tough to pass for even Hawaii's best passer.
So we're tied at 18, a set two that is very much up for grabs here. Hawaii can make life awfully hard for the Flyers tonight if they take this second set. Montaltia in that deep corner with the pass. Back set goes to Rado, blocked and roofed. Lewis has been spying Rado Matapunov tonight. They've gotten him a few times.
I think Julian Moses, the outside blocker, yeah, he got all of that one. Turned that left hand in, pressed over the net, beautiful block.
And it is 19-18 in favor of Lewis. Julian Moses, who missed all of last season due to injury, also redshirted in 2015, so he has been in the program for 4 years now. And a guy who is sort of late to the game, literally talking about the game of volleyball.
Yeah, they don't have boys high school volleyball in Georgia. So I believe Moses had to learn it through club volleyball. Went to Atlanta International High School.
A little delay here in the action, but looks like we're ready to get it rolling again. 19 serving 18. Kunin ready to send it across. And it goes long. Kunin thought it was in. So do the rest of the Flyers. So does Dan Friend, and he's going to challenge the call. Dan Friend, who is not used to the replay process, presents Dan Hironaka with the challenge card in a very formal manner, and I think this is going to get reversed.
I think once Dan Hironaka sees this, he'll, that's pretty.
Yeah. Looked like it was smack
obvious,
dab on the line there.
He'll make the quick call here, I think.
If this is reversed, it would be a 4-0 run for Lewis. And after two angles, Dan Hironaka signals it in. Good challenge there by Dan Friend. And it is 20 serving 18 in favor of the Flyers. I mean, for them to bounce back after getting pummeled in set one speaks volumes about the character of this squad right now.
Charlie Wayne's got 2 timeouts to use here. We'll see if he uses them.
Montaltia with the pass. Worsley surveys the floor. Outside to Stein. Dug up by Kunin. Lewis with the advantage. And Stennis goes off the block and out. Point Lewis, they're up 3. And Charlie Wade will use one of those aforementioned timeouts. So the Flyers looking to turn the tide and even things up. They're up 3. Well, Ryan Kunin, as well as the rest of the Flyers, held very much in check in set one, but he has started to make his presence felt here in the second stanza, Chris.
He's got 2 aces on the night. He's got 5 kills. But along with that, 4 errors, playing much better in the second set. Still hitting .062, not his normal percentage.
Hawaii hitting 389 in this second set. Not too shabby, but 444 for the Flyers. Here's Stein. Hawaii needs it, and he delivers it. Great effort there by Kunin. But Hawaii, a long overdue point. And it is 19 serving 21. They got a bit of work to do here, but some smiles on the rainbow side of the twine.
Got one of their bigger blocks up front right now with the 6'9" Parapunov, 6'10" Gassman, 6'8" Van Tilburg up front. That's about as big a block as Hawaii can put up.
And Colton Cowell with the serve. Pass on the money by Simmons. Outside, and it's Moses doing some really good work out there on the outside pin.
Just did a nice job of tooling the outside hand of the outside blocker. Smart play.
So 22 serving, 19, and now we have Ryan Van Loo, backup setter, 6'3" sophomore from Burbank, California, wearing not his usual jersey number. He's wearing number 7, usually number 13. Backside, Rado, dug up by Yoshimoto, nicely done. Swing coming from Instenis, goes high hands. Right there is Montaltia. So Worsley, high and away to Stein. The dink, sniffed out by Moses. Yoshimoto bump set. Instenis from off the net. And Hawaii has a chance to play it back. It's Gassman!
Once again, that 31 set from Worsley to Gassman continues to work. Works with Solberg as well, but certainly Hawaii's got to put together some offense here in order to close in on the Flyers. Much better to go to the locker room, by the way, 2-0 rather than 1-0. Did you know that?
Psychologically and mathematically,
there you
yes.
go.
Gassman, 3 kills on 3 swings, no errors. Gage Worsley now getting ready to serve. 20 serving 22 here in set 2. Good serve, but a great pass by Kunin. Outside, it's Moses by the block, save Montaltia. Gage Worsley, back bump set to Stein, he's blocked. Tui with the cover. So it goes to Montaltia from the back row. Makes it happen.
Wow. What a play. Great set from Worsley. Montaltia goes up and just takes a rip and says, let's go. That's about as emotional I've seen him all year long. He is pumped.
7 kills for Montaltia, hitting 400 with 4 service aces on the night to go along with 3 digs. Did a good job the last couple of sequences in keeping them going.
And 2 of his 3 digs right there just in that sequence.
Timeout taken by Lewis. How good has this second set been when you look at the numbers? .417 hitting percentage for Hawaii, .409 for Lewis.
Yeah, pretty amazing. They're both teams' offenses are really starting to click. Obviously, the Flyers are starting to get used to this particular arena. And again, the challenge by Dan Friend, their coach, has been, let's play well on the road. We got 3 chances to play well on the road and show that we are more than just, you know, a Romeoville team. We're more than that.
Lewis University, located in Romeoville, Illinois, as Chris alluded to, an enrollment of around 6,000. So not a huge institution. Their home gym, Neil Carey Arena, seats 1,100.
Fun place to play. I've been there, and it's cozy, and the fans get rowdy, and they've built a really good culture as far as following volleyball goes back there.
Opened the season 0-3. They lost to UC Irvine, BYU, who is in this very tournament this weekend, and Long Beach State, but everybody that's gone up against the Beach has lost so far this season. So 0-3 to start, but since then, 13-2 for Lewis University, including a sweep win over Ohio State.
Yeah, and then, you know, it's a great win over the defending national champions, but, you know, Dan Friend is so optimistic about this team. He really believes, like, this could be a team that could win it all.
Kunin with the pass. Outside, it's Moses down the line and wide. No touch for Hawaii, and we are tied at 22.
By the way, even though they're a small school and they're Division II in most sports, they're Division I in volleyball, and they have a full 4.5 scholarship.
22 all. Here it comes from Gage Worsley. It's an ace! Timeout Lewis. Gage Worsley spitting fire from behind the service line.
And I believe Mom and Dad are in the house from San Francisco to watch this. Roger and Christina, I think, flew in for this tournament. And how happy could they be that their one son is touching the ball every other time he's the center. The other son comes in, he's the hero at the end of matches. How about that?
4 straight points for Hawaii. That was a rocket from Gage Worsley.
You know, not many teams have the luxury of passing the ball against a guy who's left-handed. So to recreate that is hard unless you bring in somebody that's not on the team to serve. Hawaii's got 2 left-handers, which presents even more problems because there's not a whole lot of video on Gage Worsley, but he brings as much heat and as much spin as much drop-off as Parapunov does. Remember, Parapunov one year was voted best server in all of Europe, all of European junior volleyball. So he clearly is world class. Gage Worsley showing that he is too.
The Bulgarian bomber keeping warm here during this timeout. This has been a wild second set. You're right. I mean, if Hawaii is able to get away with this second set victory, they go up 2-0 into the intermission. They're feeling awfully good about themselves. Lewis, give them credit. After getting clobbered in set 1, 25-12, they are in position here to possibly take this second set. But if they don't, you have to imagine that that would also start to wear pretty heavily on them, thinking, hey, we gave them a pretty good effort in set 2, and it still wasn't good enough.
Exactly. Let's see if Gage Worsley can serve in after the timeout.
Big serve here for Gage. 23-22. Tickles the tape. Simmons handles it. Middle set. Block and roof.
If I'm not mistaken, that is Patrick Gassman's first block solo of the year.
That is correct, sir. And he does it against Mitchum, giving him the gas face. And Hawaii has aloha ball in the second.
6-10 versus 6-10. Set point.
5 straight points ripped off by Hawaii. Simmons with the pass. Yoshimoto goes outside. It's Moses, blocked in room. Gassman next to Worsley. And Hawaii shuts the door on Lewis in set number 2. The Rainbow Warriors close the second frame on a 6-0 run. Taking it 25-22, and they'll have an opportunity on night 1 of the Outrigger Invitational to crack open the broom closet.
Hawaii just playing some solid volleyball. I'm really impressed with the way they've had a few new wrinkles in the offense. Having Gassman run behind the setter a little bit, hitting the 40 set out of the back row for Stein Van Tilburg. So Joe Worsley gradually inserting some new things into his offense that I think will make Hawaii much more effective as the season goes on. They'll be much more unpredictable, much tougher team to play, especially blocking-wise.
Particularly with what we are seeing out of Austin Matautia. I mean, his presence and what he has been able to contribute on the outside pin, I mean, it becomes very much a pick-your-poison type of scenario for the team across the net.
Absolutely. The ball gets to the outside to Matautia so fast, and his arm swing he gets off the ground so quickly. His arm swing is so fast. It's just, he's very difficult to block. And the Antes now are getting some tips from Mark Pavlik, the Penn State coach.
Yeah, they're having fun over there in the corner of the arena. Hawaii up 2-0. Here we are, set 3, and Rano Parapunov, who by his standards has had a quiet night. He's able to make some noise here to get things going in third.
Only Rado's 5th kill of the night. Normally he has about almost 5 kills per set, so he's way behind his normal schedule.
Joe Worsley soft touches it over the net. In the middle set to TJ Murray is dug up back over by Stein. Here's Murray a second time, blocked in roof. Rado and Solbrig saying
This is something that Rado's worked very hard on in the offseason. During the summer, he worked really hard on his right side blocking, helping in the middle like he did just then, penetrating over the net. Didn't get quite over as much as he wanted to that time, but he's getting better.
Joe Worsley again, that very short float serve. Nothing floaty about that one. Dalen Stennis rocks the sediment.
Rado got fooled that time a little bit. He thought the ball was going to be set to the middle again, so he was getting a lot of help in the middle. Wasn't paying attention to Stennis on the outside, and Stennis made him pay. Great shot. Good set from Yoshimoto as well.
Ryan Coonan back to serve, and into the net it goes. Well, if you're Lewis, you're in need of a positive start here in this third set. You don't want to get behind against this Hawaii team the way they're playing tonight, and maybe because of just what might be going on psychologically in this very young Flyers squad.
Exactly. I think Dan Friend would love to see his team just battle back against this Warrior team. Clearly, it had a chance to win that second set, except for the 6-0 run at the end. And so we could easily be tied at 1-1 here. So I'm sure he gave them some sort of encouraging words during the 10-minute break.
TJ Murray to serve. 2 serving 3. Tui handles it with 2 hands. Outside, it's Stein. The block got confused, and Von Tilburg ate him up.
Why you set that 31 ball to so much. The middle block, you see they're committing right there in the middle. They could not get the outside.
That's 11 kills now for Stein. He's hitting 450. Had 10 kills, hit 381 last time out for Hawaii. That was on night 2 against Concordia Irvine. Backside. And that one hit off the block and down by Stennis. Well, we were kind of thinking with Mitch Perinar leaving the match in that second set with an apparent ankle injury, the insertion of Dalen Stennis would mean, you know, Lewis would struggle trying to figure out some of the chemistry there. Perinar is such a big part of their offense, but he's actually come up pretty well and consistent.
Stennis is playing well. He's got 4 kills, no errors, hitting .667.
Middle set, that's Gassman. Like clockwork. Gassman, 4 kills, 4 swings, no errors.
Hawaii's making that, especially Worsley, making this 31 set look so easy. And in fact, it's a very difficult timing set where there's got to be good collaboration between the setter and that middle hitter. It's just such a tough ball to time perfectly.
Then Potapunov has his back, gives the Antes an opportunity to bust out the ace cards. It is 6 serving 3. Hawaii now with 7 service aces on the night. They are 8th in the nation in aces per set. Outside, it's Moses. Worsley got a touch on the block. Jump set outside to Stein, and that one gets turned back right at him.
Yoshimoto, I think, got most of that one.
Yoshimoto can get up. He touches 11-8, according to head coach Dan Friend, former outside hitter.
And he's adjusted well to be the center. Such a good athlete.
Julian Moses to serve. Kicked up by Gassman on the second touch, and it's returned. Outside, Kunin off the block and down.
Gassman has obviously been watching his Premier League on Sundays. What do you think? Yeah, that's a little Premier League move right there.
You know, before matches, you'll see him juggling the volleyball with his feet. I mean, there is a love of the beautiful game. And he was able to put it on display right there. Here's Rado, double block up, tried to go deep corner, missed it long, no touch, and right back even come the Flyers. UH Athletics reaches out to you online each week with updates and promotions through its H-Mail e-newsletter. To register, visit hawaiiathletics.com and click on the H-Mail button. It's simple and it's free. Moses, diving pass by Tui. Back row set. That is just simply dinked over by Matautia. Kunin gets blocked back. Hawaii now with it on its side. Worsley, the back set. Ripped down the line by Rado. And that'll be a point for Hawaii. The line judge saying that Lewis got a piece of it. The libero Simmons arguing that that did not happen, and Dan Friend letting his opinion be known, but doesn't appear to be challenging the play.
Might have been a touch on the block. Actually, the ball was in.
Yeah. It was clearly in. 7 serving 6. Here it comes from Stein. Kunin over the double block. Does that go long? Yes, it does. No touch on Hawaii's side. And the Bows back up 2.
Kunin continuing to struggle against this Hawaii block. Hawaii blockers know who he is. He's got a target on his back for sure against with every team he plays. Now he's 6 kills, 4 errors, hitting 118.
Here he is again. Worsley got a good chunk of it, but couldn't pop it up. It is quite the sight to see Pat Gassman at 6'10", going up for a block next to 6-foot Joe Worsley.
It is. It's the Mutton Jeff of men's volleyball for sure.
Yep. They get up about the same, though.
We won't show that to Gassman, will we? Or we can.
Well, he had a broken leg. You know, there's all kinds of things he can do. center up there. Good write-up by Cindy Lewis in the Honolulu Star Advertiser about Pat Gassman going through the injury season a couple years ago as Coonan gets blocked, but it goes out. Solberg next to Worsley that time.
Not the most favorable matchup for Hawaii to have Coonan up against Worsley. 6'9" versus 6 feet.
8 serving 9. Here's Yoshimoto. Pass by Stein. It's a good one. Worsley puts it over on the second touch. If you saw right before he made contact, before he left the Terraflex even, he looked across the net to see where the opening was and then placed it right there.
He's really good at that. He'll look and see how the block is. Defense playing wide. A lot of room in the middle of the court.
And serving 8. That one pounded to the middle of the floor by T.J. Murray. You know, getting back to that piece by Cindy Lewis on Patrick Gassman, something that was also brought up was the fact that he had to go through the process of sort of becoming more humble and losing maybe some of the edge. And it's interesting with this edition of the Rainbow Warrior team, because of its depth, you know, we're seeing that situation on the outside hitting position with Austin Mataltia and Brett Rosenmeyer. That's a requirement, I think, for this bunch, as Rado sends a laser across, but it's returned nicely done by Lewis. Backside, here's Mataltia down to the floor.
Well, Gassman, I think, had his balloon popped a little bit when he broke his skateboard. He got hurt in his skateboard and broke his foot. Had to miss the whole freshman year. And there he is. Does he know what we're talking about?
I think so.
And I think that brought him down a few notches and made him work really hard. Came back, as Cindy Lewis said, came back in the best shape of his life this year. Broke the skateboard and hangs it on his locker to remind him of not doing stupid things.
On Tilburg sending it over. Coonan with the dig. Outside, it's Moses. And he is able to somehow plug it through that proposed double block. But it's just that standard vintage sports concept, right, of team before the individual. And I think that that's something that Pat Gassman, as well as the rest of this squad, has really been forced to adopt this year, and to their credit, they've responded accordingly.
And actually, no one's challenged more to be like that than Brett Rosemeyer right now. Having him play second fiddle to Mataltia, at least for the time being, and to be as supportive as he can. And because last year, it was the opposite situation.
Yeah.
There's Rosie. You never know when he's going to be called upon to come in and do it again.
There's Stein, 3 blockers up. Chased down on the second touch by Coonan, and Moses sends the free ball over. Here's Stein a second time. That will not be returned. Kill number 12 for SVT.
Once again, Worsley setting the ball so fast, the middles for Lewis are having trouble getting to the outside and closing that block. There he is, only 1 blocker up.
Right through the wickets.
Middle blocker, yeah, right, middle blocker late. And it's the wicket shot.
So here is Colton Cowell out of King Kekaulike High School with the serve. And there's Instenis in violation against Hawaii. He's playing very good volleyball here for the Lewis Flyers.
Now he's got 5 kills, no errors. Hitting a mere 625. Instenis on the year, a 235 hitter. So he's only 400 points above his normal average. You think he's pumped to be in the Stan Sheriff Center? He likes this place, doesn't he?
He is an information security and risk management major. So he knows about playing it safe. He's been playing it very well. And we got a lift against Joe Worsley called on the Hawaii side, so Lewis jumps in front.
You know, I was curious about that major. First I've ever seen a major that was risk and security management. Although in this day and age, maybe that is something that every school should have.
Yeah. Just ask Pat Gassman.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a rocket serve. Good pass there by Stein. Here's Rado against a solo block. And he's able to win the battle. Karapunov now with 7 kills. So night one of the Outrigger Resorts Invitational. Tomorrow night, Hawaii will take on 11th ranked Penn State, and then the finale against number 4 BYU, former conference foe in the MPSF. Here's Potapunov. Great set by Worsley. Coonan will get a swing out of it, but he pumps it long. Was there a touch? No touch. Some of the Flyers are claiming that there was, but it's a point for Hawaii.
I don't think there was a touch. I think that Coonan would have turned to Coach Friend and said, hey, get that green card out, let's challenge. Not to be.
High and away. Set goes to Moses by Gassman and down.
But Moses, for being a sort of undersized outside hitter at 6'4", has good range, gets up high, has a lot of shots. He hit it tight inside, he hit the line shot.
Did not get the start tonight, but was put into the match in set number 2 and has not relinquished his position as Gassman gets blocked. That was Mitchum getting the most of that. And Lewis is first to 15. Timeout on the floor. Welcome back. Well, that last sequence prior to the timeout was challenged by Charlie Wade. He claimed that it was a net violation committed by Lewis. Dan Hironaka taking a few looks at this thing, and I don't think it's going to be reversed. You see Stein von Tilburg protesting, and Dan Hironaka saying, I don't really want to hear much of that.
He made the right call.
Yeah, we were looking at the replay during the break, and it certainly did not look evident that there was a net violation committed by the Flyers. So they lead by a point here in set 3, trailing 2 sets to none.
Lewis doing a nice job of holding Hawaii's offense down in this set. Hawaii only hitting 222, half of their normal average from the first 2 sets. And Lewis, meantime, bumping up their offense. They're hitting 353 compared to some low numbers in the first 2 sets, 150 and 140. So obviously they're trending in the right direction, is Lewis.
Conversation, Dan Friend and Dan Hironaka, the 2 Dans, having a moment, but we play on. Worsley D-set to Potapunov, and he demolishes it. Hawaii evens things up at 15. Kill number 8 for Rado. Mentioned Dan Friend, head coach for Lewis. Good guy to talk to. His 14th season. Prior to Lewis, served as head coach for the men's and women's programs at Newman University. Won the NAIA men's title in 2002, and he is married to the Lewis women's volleyball head coach, Lori Lee Smith. And Lori Lee is in the house with their beautiful daughter, Ray.
And Ray, what a story she is. 21 months old, was born premature, 1 pound, 8 ounces, 12 inches long. Wow. In the hospital for 2.5 months before she got out. Now they do a preemie night for both in the men's program and the women's program, and they take all the money they make for those 2 nights and give it to the local hospital to help save their baby.
Worsley tried to catch Lewis napping. Nothing doing, though, in Stennis on the scene. Coonan gets blocked back. Coonan a second time. Over the triple block. Was there a touch? No, there was not. It sails long, point for Hawaii. And yeah, as you were talking to regarding Dan Friend's daughter Ray being born prematurely, that is part of the reason why he is wearing the primarily purple shirt. Purple, a color that represents awareness to some of the conditions and challenges that come with premature birth. Good up there.
Mamani Namahoe in the game.
Here's Rado through the double block. Gets dug back over. There's Namahoe again on the first touch. Here's Mataltia. Blocked and roofed. They got him for the first time. Just the second hitting error for Austin.
Once again, Lewis's block looking sharp. Almost 6.5 blocks now to Hawaii's 5.
TJ Murray getting that one. 3 blocks in this third set. Taltia first touch. Worsley goes out to the pin. Austin off the block. Gets it down. So he gets roofed and comes right back and gets the kill.
Austin now with 9 kills. Hitting around 350 on the year. Norman hits. He's been hitting actually around 400, so he's actually a little under his average. But for an outside hitter, he hit over 300 doing well.
And that's an ace. Joe Worsley pings the line. Service ace number 8 for the Rainbow Warriors. Overpass, Mataltia slams it home. And Dan Friend signals for a timeout. Well, pick your Worsley poison, whether it's Gage, whether it's Joe. They are prone to runs. Let's check out the Fujitsu air conditioning cool play. This was the last sequence before the timeout. The service ace by Joe Worsley, and then following that up, forcing the overpass, and it's Austin Mataltia hammer it home.
And Laurie Tuoleta runs out of the huddle and goes and congratulates Worsley because he said, Joe, that's as good as an ace. You just gave it to us.
So's that.
That was just as good as an ace, too. That one will go down in the books as an ace. But the other one goes down as a Mataltia kill, but Laurie Tuoleta wanted to make sure that Joe knew that the team loved his serve.
So 9 service aces officially for Hawaii, 10 in spirit.
There you go.
20 serving 17. Low set. Rado got a piece. Backside set hits Kunin. Blocked and roof. Dalton Solbrig returns it to sender. Timeout Lewis. A 5-0 run by the Rainbow Warriors. And they have put themselves in position here in set number 3, Chris.
Yeah, they're playing some good volleyball right now. No letdown in the third set. They know how good Lewis is, and they probably dare not substitute too much or change around the lineups or get too funky with his team. He's keeping them serious, keeping the eye of the prize.
Well, let's check out how it works, presented by Central Pacific Bank. What are we looking at here, Chris?
Well, we're going to take a look at Hawaii's offense. Right here, you want to look at the middle blocker for Lewis is going to commit on Dalton Solbrig. And that's Tyler Mitchum. He'll go on to Solbrig, which is going to leave Stein Van Tilburg wide open by himself. So they committed, and that's dangerous, But here's the deal. Joe Worsley has been setting up Solbrig and Gassman all match long. So all of a sudden now the middle blockers, they're going to jump right here with Solbrig, go up, and then can't get up to the outside to get the SVT. The rest is history. It's all about the offense that Joe Worsley has designed, along with the coaching staff, obviously. But when Joe executes it to a T and sets up that middle, all of a sudden things open up for the outside.
Well, that's how it works. That's also how the telestrator does not work.
I had it going. I hit every button on the screen. I give it my best shot.
Oh, man, I saw it. I saw it almost happening for you.
I kind of know how to work all the buttons now, too, and unfortunately, it was locked up. It froze.
Well, the message still delivered. And Hawaii trying to deliver a message here. Up by 4 in set 3. They have scored 5 straight. Outside, that is Instenis. Misses the floor wide. And it was there for him on the line, but he just missed it.
Instenis' first error of the night. He's had 5 kills, 400, having a good night. Coming in for the injured Perinar.
Charlie Wade with a quick convo with Rado Potapunov, telling him, hey, don't leave the line wide open like that. Didn't hurt Hawaii that time. Kunin trying to go cross court, misses wide, and the run continues.
What is it about the Worsley brothers and long runs? Gage, I think, had 6 at the end of the second set. Now, Joe getting 7 together now. Wow.
Here he comes, 23 serving 17. Backside, Kunin through the block and down. That's kill number 10 for Ryan Kunin. Prior to that, he was flatlining it. Not the typical Kunin night.
He was 9 kills, 9 errors. Now he's got 10 kills, 9 errors. So he's hitting 0.36. Normally he's a 3.05 hitter, so he's down about 300 points. Not a normal second-team All-American night.
Popped straight up by Austin Montaltia. High and away. Set goes to Rado. Off the block and out. Point for Hawaii, and it is aloha ball for the Rainbow Warriors. So they rise here at the Stan Sheriff Center on the opening night of the Outrigger Resorts Invitational. A serve by Montaltia. Back row set, it's Kunin. Dug up by Tui. Net violation called against Hawaii. So that'll postpone the celebration, at least temporarily. They will remain at their feet here at the SSC.
The old days of side-out scoring, we used to call it the aerobic.
Yeah, that's right.
Match point. Because people would get up and they'd sit down. They'd get up, they'd sit down.
Kyle Bouger in and back to serve. Still aloha ball for Hawaii. Tuileta with the first touch. Outside, it's Stein. Pings the end line. Point for Hawaii. And they win a kahi, a lua, aloha on the opening night of the 24th Outrigger Invitational.
Charlie Wade's got to be pleased with the effort tonight. Every player that went in played well. Mamani Namahoe came in, made a couple of good digs, played well. Austin Montaltia, again, having a great night. How about his serving tonight? 4 aces, 3 of them back-to-back-to-back in the first set. The ladies basically took that first set away from Lewis.
Worsley brothers with 3 aces between them. Hawaii with 9 service aces total, and they hit 387 for the night. Bank of Hawaii presents the players of the match. Ryan Kunin. It was a bit of a struggle for him, though. 11 kills, and he earned each and every one of them. 7 digs and a couple of aces. Austin Montaltia, how good has this guy been on the outside pin, Chris? The 4 service aces, as you mentioned, but 10 kills, hitting 400.
I can't tell you how difficult it is for an outside hitter to hit 400 against a really good team, a top 10 team in Lewis, a really good blocking team in Lewis. And he hits 400. It's if you get 280 out of him on a night like that, it'll be a great night. But instead, he's hitting 400 night in and night out. Did it against UCLA earlier. Did it against Concordia twice last week. Wow.
He is on some kind of roll, and we mentioned the Worsley brothers. Joe Worsley at the center position. We showed you his numbers. He is tops in the land in assists per set. He is at the peak of his powers right now here in 2018. Scott Robbs is with Charlie Wade.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Coach, congratulations. You just swept a very good team tonight.
Yeah, I thought we came out with pretty good energy and played pretty good. Took our foot off the gas a little bit in the set, too, but overall, we hit for a nice number again and made some nice defensive plays, so pretty happy.
You always say serve and pass is the key to the game. Your serving was outstanding. You had, I think, 9 service aces.
Well, we work a lot on it, so it's nice to see it. And guys are being able to change speed, change depth, change location, so they really can target some guys with pace, so it's something we've worked a lot on.
3 nights of high-level volleyball. Night number 2 tomorrow night. You take on a very good Penn State team.
Yeah, it seems like every time we play them, we go 5 last year in the national quarterfinals. So it'll be another exciting night.
Congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
Guys, back over to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Scott. So Hawaii with the sweep victory improves to 12-2 overall on the season. The Lewis Flyers fall to 13-6. Hawaii Penn State tomorrow. As Charlie said, it's usually pretty epic should be no different here on night 2 coming up.
Penn State looked really good against a very good BYU team tonight. I expect the same tomorrow night, another epic match, PSU and UH.
Don't forget about the post-game show. Quick shout out to our very own Pat Garcia, who is not feeling so well, so we wish him the very best, and looking forward to your speedy recovery and return, my man, one of our extremely talented photographers here on the Spectrum Sports crew. That'll do it for us. For Chris McLaughlin, I'm Kanoa Leahy. Until next time, everybody, we bid you aloha from the Stan Sheriff Center.